Now, on the programme this morning, we have been showing you footage of a lifeboat crew freeing a huge humpback whale which had become stuck off the coast of Cornwall.
Yeah, it's thought that the whale became trapped in fishing ropes, which then got wrapped around its head and dorsal fin. Now, the whale, known as Ivy, was eventually cut free in pretty difficult conditions, as you can see there, by members of the Penley lifeboat.
Well, the whale had been spotted by a tour guide from Marine Discovery Penzance, whose owner, Hannah Wilson, joins us now. Morning, Hannah.
Morning.
So it's thanks to someone being very eagle-eyed, spotting what was going on, spotting this whale was in distress. Just talk us through what happened.
Well, I was aware that there was probably a humpback in the bay from fairly early on because one of the fishing boats had reported that there was some species of whale, didn't know what, to the Coast Watch station, which is kind of overlooks the bay, keeps an eye on shipping and so on. And so I messaged Duncan, who is the skipper of our vessel, out on the sea, who was out there with a trip of people, just saying, keep your eyes open. It sounds as though this humpback that has been around the coast lately has become entangled in fishing gear. So he did, and he found it. It was really tough to spot, despite being probably 16 metres. The sea state was such that, yeah, you couldn't see it easily, but he did manage to find it.
And Hannah, once you determined that the whale needed help, where do you even start to plan something like that?
Well, to be fair, it wasn't just us. It was a massive team effort. There'd been people who'd spotted the whale from the shore. British Divers, Marine Life Rescue. We were conversing with them the whole time, and they were trying to assemble a team of people who were trained in such rescues. Now, unfortunately, down here, they're very used to helping out seals, dolphins, seabirds, and so on. Up in Scotland, they're far more used to conducting this kind of rescue. They've got similar conditions with fishing gear and also lots of humpback whales. Now, in recent years, far more humpbacks have been returning and being spotted around the Cornish coast. But we didn't have those people on hand to assemble immediately. And it was going to be quite some time before they were able to get down. So it's a very difficult rescue to undertake. They're huge creatures. They're not like a seal or a dolphin, especially if they're in distress. You know, they could be thrashing around. People have been killed attempting this kind of thing in other parts of the world.
Yeah, I wanted to ask that. We've just been looking at pictures and you get a real sense of the scale there. You can see the lifeboat crew in the rib, I think you call it. Is that right? The inflatable rib.
That's right, yeah.
Right next to the whale. And that huge fin causing, you know, a lot of waves, a lot of disruption, that they could be in danger themselves. How do you even get close to be able to cut off those ropes?
Yeah, it's a really good question, and it's not one I'm particularly qualified to answer, to be honest. We were very, very frustrated and felt very helpless that we couldn't do anything. We were under very sensible and very strict instructions not to attempt anything because of these dangers. The lifeboat crew were in the area and they were doing. It was a very busy day yesterday in the bay, such were the sea conditions. And they are obviously really used to conducting close work with people, usually needing rescuing. So their boat handling skills are second to none. They're used to handling these vessels in challenging conditions. And the guy at the helm did an absolutely fantastic job of getting close to the animal and keeping his crew out of danger. And there was a couple of times, you can see, actually, I've seen the footage, where he does have to nudge the boat out of the way when the whale starts getting nervous and moving around a bit.
Yeah, Hannah, as you say, in lots of ways, there were quite a few moments where I think luck was on everybody's side. I know it was really choppy in the bay yesterday, but actually it's not the first time that Ivy has been spotted around there. I know she's been near one of the pubs recently. People have been able to sit outside and watch her. Is that right?
Yeah, this whale Ivy has been seen for the last few months around the Cornish coast. You're able to ID particular whales based on the scratches and marks on their tails and on their fins and so on. And Ivy was first spotted on the north coast a few months ago, and just recently has been over at Porthleven enjoying the coast over there, and has been spotted quite close in, and people have been able to watch her, well, or him, we don't even know what sex it is, flipper slapping and even breaching, full-on aerial breaches out of the water. And there's a pub up there that is got a quite nice vantage point of the coast, quite close in, and people have been able to watch the whale while drinking their pints.
And Hannah, really quickly, Ivy's OK now? Well,
it's assumed she is. There was a nasty gash on her tail. There was a couple of very tight ropes over the back. But yeah, there was an injury to the tail. But the important thing was, the crucial thing was that the gear was all cut free, because if they're still towing around ropes that haven't been able to be free completely, then the whale is in danger of further entanglement or wounds festering and so on. But once she or he is free of the gear, then those injuries can start to heal, and they generally can recover from quite significant injuries.
Good. It's good to know. Hannah, thank you so much for explaining everything that went on there. Really incredible work. Hannah Wilson there, co-owner of Marine Discovery Penzance. Thank you.
Thank you.